Hey folks, Scott Grove here, Dr. Groovy of GroovyMusicLessons.com. Today I'm going to show you a pedal that Fender put out for a very short time. It came out in 2012 and went right away. And that is the Fender Runaway Feedbacker. Okay, nice slimy green thing. We like slime. Okay, this is of course, roughly based on like the old Boss. I think Boss came out with the original distortion feedbacker in 1984. They put out the Feedbacker 2 here recently. Thing is that's different with that and this is this has a ton more control. You do not have to have distortion on, which is Boss's big thing. It's called the distortion feedbacker. So you have a distortion pedal. Then you can push that same pedal again, hold it down with your foot and stay there, and it will feed back until the batteries die or until the power goes off or you take your foot off. Okay, with this one here, it will play under any conditions, whether it's clean or with a fuzz or octave dividers or chorus or distortion or whatever, which is nice. Makes for a lot of nice clean palettes. It was originally designed for bedroom players who couldn't play very loud or who, like myself, like to go through little, like the Line 6 pod. I use the Johnson J stations, and you play things like that. And I even use these things live. And there's no actual way to get real feedback because you don't have a pickup interacting with a speaker, so it's not going to happen for real. So I was looking for something to feed back, but I really wasn't fond of the old Boss, okay? So I just avoided them for all these years, and now I get my feedback back. Okay, let me do a little zoom here and show you what is what, because that's why I'm here. Okay. On the side of this, you'll see Soft Tube. That is a company who makes all kinds of recording software, and they came up with what's called the acoustic feedbacker plug-in. So with a lot of your recording, you could actually put a feedbacker on a piano or an oboe or violin or whatever. So it has the same algorithm used in here. So that's what they based this entire pedal around, was that acoustic feedbacker developed by Soft Tube. So this is called the Runaway, as it says. Okay, let's see if we can get her there. Bon Jovi. Okay, the Runaway. Feedbacker. Street price on this when it came out in 2012 was about $150. It went away pretty quick. People just didn't know how cool it was. They didn't know how to use it. Very simple, 2 knobs, 2 switches, and a pedal with an on and off switch under it, kind of like a crybaby. What the pedal does is it goes up and down. You actually turn it on just like a crybaby wah. The pedal just adds feedback. After you click it on, you can as much feedback as you want, ease it in, ease it back out, just like you're walking away from your amplifier, and then the feedback lessens up. So it sounds real instead of just cutting off like the old Boss stuff did. Okay, now we have a lot of cool things. Here, let's turn this puppy on. Oh, let's get her turned on. There we go. So we have lights. Let's turn the lights all down to green and green. Okay, so what we have is this knob. Let me see if I can get you in anymore without messing up too badly. Doesn't look like it, huh? Okay, you'll have to trust me that it says something because I don't want everything to be out of focus. And my lighting is for crap. Maybe if I point something up at it, it might help a little bit. Okay, not much, a lot of shadows. Okay, so you have the first one says feedback level, which explains itself. That's how loud the feedback is in comparison to your original notes. And the next one says tolerance. So that's how easy the actual note will pick up and start to go into feedback. Okay, so will it tolerate it? Okay, so that's it. feedback level and tolerance. Okay, as you start turning the feedback level up, either one of these knobs you start turning up, they go from green up through some various colors of yellow, orange, and then finally to red when it's red hot. Okay, so we're turning, let me get some, there you go, darkness on there so you can see it change colors. We're going into a yellow, into an orange, and finally into red. Ooh, and the tolerance will do that too as we get hotter and hotter and hotter into red. And I can flick this nasty switch, go into red. I can go to red on that switch. You're like, what are all those switches? Well, by golly, let me tell you. Okay, the great thing that you did not have with the Boss Super Distortion Feedbackers 1 or 2, this switch over here lets you pick the harmonics you want to be using, which is very cool. So you don't have to turn different ways in order to get that different feedbacks, you know, the different notes. So if it is up, you have your fundamental or your octave above, like we all usually enjoy. In the middle is your fifth above, and down below is exactly that. It's a subharmonic. So if you're running some sort of a, again, some octave divider thing, you know, where it's down low, then you can even throw even. It'll sound like a bass guitar with feeding back. You know, kind of a lemmy thing. Okay, so that's cool. You have the choice of that. And over here you have just basically, it says full, which is just normal, is all it means. And up, when the light comes on, it's called wet. This here sounds like backmasking, like Hendrix or anybody else who would backmask, which means to record something, then turn the tape, play it backwards, and record it again on the master reel while it's going backwards, so it sounds backwards. So Hendrix would have had a blast with this thing. It just does everything. And again, then I'll put it on the ground. The pedal itself is just to control when the feedback comes in. If you leave it at the very end of the thing and leave it like that, it's going to feedback again forever. If you walk away and keep holding the note, it's going to keep feeding back till you come back and push on it, and it will fade away and sound natural. So again, for you guys that play at really low volumes in the house, but you still gotta have some flipping feedback, this is perfect. Good luck finding one. The Fender review here on YouTube really sucks, real bad. And then there's only one other review. So I thought I'd give you the best one, as I do, and go really long. I had asked earlier about some camera issues, about how to fix something. I got that fixed, so I will put an annotation for those of you who haven't turned on that I fixed my camera. Of course, nothing was wrong with other than the operator. So I'm going to put this puppy down on the ground. I've explained to you what everything does, and we'll do some stuff. People's main things are like, is it monophonic or is it polyphonic? We can play all the chords and everything you want, and they'll be fine. So it does not do any kind of digital bloopage, you know, that kind of stuff like on a whammy pedal would. You'll hear your chords perfectly fine, but it will not feed back very easy until it just finally latches on one note. So it will not feed back on a 3-note chord. It will not do 3 different feedback tones. So it is considered monophonic. You can still play, you know, all the notes you normally play, all the chords you normally play. Again, I'm putting it on the ground. You can do it clean, dirty, whatever you want to do. Okay, let's get you to where I can see you. Okay, there's the pedal. Tons of wires, that's what we want to see. Let's focus in on everything. And that should do it. Let's come back a little bit. And I have to remember to move the mouse on my recording source, or it just kind of shuts off and I have to start all over again, just like I did earlier. Okay, I'm using a 1992 Ibanez PS10 Paul Stanley 20th edition. Yeah, PS10 with the Cayman mirror job on cracked mirrors, which are the only people allowed. Turn my volume knob down. I was supposed to be using these or building these with the mirrors, so Paul Stanley always has them do it. They did not do the original nasty one that Paul had built way back when. But okay, let's see what I can do about getting some light down that way, since that's where I'm aiming things. Okay, again, I'm going through a Johnson J station. Again, it looks a lot like a line 6 pod, so there is no way for me to feedback because there's no speaker, so my pickups cannot react with the speaker. Okay, and I do have an on and off switch on my mic back here on my booty, so when I go to play this thing I will be shutting that off so you can hear just that. Okay, guitar is on. Let's go for clean. Checking some levels. Okay, I've got a little bit of overdrive on the guitar, so let me pull that down. Okay, I like it. And okay, let's go to distortion because that's where everybody wants to hear it. Go to my cool distortion patch and the bridge pickup. And then I don't have no feedback. So that sucks. So that's why I bought it. Okay, let's turn just the pedal on. You can leave the pedal on all night long. It does not matter. Okay, so there it is. It's on. And let's see, I've got it in just your fundamental feedback, so your octave above type thing, you know, what would normally happen. I've got the other two knobs. Your feedback, I'm going to turn at 1 o'clock, and I'm going to do the same thing with the, what do they call it? Tolerance. Okay. So I'll show you what it does. Just with any given note, I'm going to turn off my microphone now so you don't hear any weird thing through that. So it'll just be the guitar. So here we go. Okay, so there's a light over here. You'll see it come on when I do this. Okay, that means it is latched on. You have feedback. And you just bring it back and shut the feedback off. So it's just that easy. Okay, if I was to try to play a whole chord, let's see what happens. I'll just do E bar chord and we'll slam it down, see what happens. See, so it actually plays fine. So it found one eventually. Everybody was so pissed off that it was not polyphonic, but it's fine. It acts like a real guitar. You know, you're not going to feedback on 3 or 4 different notes in the whole chord. So why would you expect this to? This is damn near reality here with some really acid tripping stuff added to it. Okay, so I wanted you to show you right there where you could have seen if you were looking away, go back, but that it does respond really good to bending and to vibrato and so forth. So all that works out great. Again, let's do a low note, low B. So it just goes right back to my B note when I lift up. Let's do the E. Okay, so very natural. Great stuff. Okay, so I'm going to knock the knobs forward a little more and show you some fun stuff. I'm going 3 o'clock and 3 o'clock. It's almost getting ready to go hairy. This is just fun stuff. And Fender won't show you this, especially the one after this. Okay, to let you know what I'm getting ready to do, I'm going to play single notes while I am in feedback. Okay? So once it feeds back on, I'm in the key of E, I'm going to stop, let it feed back on E on the D string at the 14th fret, and then I'm just going to play single notes on that D string. And listen to this. This is where it starts getting squirrely. That's why everything's red. Hell, let's give you the whole experience. Let's go just a little more and just go open with them, both of them. So again, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll leave my mic on, hell with it. So never once did I pick it again. So right there you have an ebow. Okay, so that's your ebow effect, exactly how you get it. Okay, I will do the same thing on the G string. So it's just both knobs wide open and then your switch turned up for your octave thing to the fundamental thing, so you're not getting a weird fifth, and there is no third on here because you wouldn't want that determining your major or minor third, so they left that off. So here it is again, same way but just on the G string. I'm going to just the G note. So that is as severe as it gets, and that is a great ebow effect. So those of you who do not have an ebow and you would like one, but you don't want to have to carry that stupid thing around, this does it. Okay, while I have it in such an extreme mode, I'm going to flick the switch that says full or wet, where I was talking about backmasking. Now this sounds like a backward or a backmasked ebow, okay? Very odd, but very cool. So flick the switch, light comes on. 4 red lights means we got some shit getting ready to happen, and we do. Okay, I'm going to back out if I can, so you can see just what the guitar is doing, because I'm just going to leave the pedal on full, and see if I can't show a little of the guitar. Okay, I'll walk into the frame. Okay, so this here is where everybody thinks of Hendrix. He would have had a blast with this. It's just so trippy, and to throw even more delay on here would be cool. Let me see. I'll do it afterwards. Here we go. So that's just as crazy as it gets. If I was to add some of this. That's just too flippin' much fun. Okay, I will go to clean. Okay, well, let me stay on dirty, give you the other things in normal mode, going back to everything at about 1 o'clock. Let's go down to the middle position, which will give us the 5th. So very realistic. Use your expression pedal. So that brings it in, brings it out. It's very important to use the pedal and not just use it as a feedbacker. You have to bring in, make it sound real, because you can. Okay, let's do the subharmonic. Okay, I'm going just in G again. Okay, again, the 5th is really cool, and I'll go to clean so you guys can hear that. So back out of there, man. It's just great crap. Okay, go into a straight clean patch. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going up with the fundamental harmonic, or feedback, I'm sorry. Okay, so it works. So you don't have, like I said, you can play polyphonic. You don't ever have to shut the pedal off. See if it'll pick anything up on clean. Nope, not going to grab one. Okay, so let's bring up our red thing, so it should actually pick it up more. I left the volume of the feedback back where it was, but I'm going to try to get this clean sound to actually feed back with a chord. It's trying to latch on over there with that light. Not quite getting it. So just a little harder with the clean to bring out, or with a clean chord or whatever. The clean notes are easy. Let's do the weird backmasking thing with that same thing. Let's see. Okay, so it sounds like the same distorted or clean when you go into the backmasked or EBO sound. Okay, let's take both of them full tilt, play it clean. Let me turn off my microphone so you can hear just. Okay, so there you go, very good EBO. So there's basically it. Again, you can do all the different harmonics. Bring it in just a little bit. Use my foot, put it on the edge. You know, just get a little. Okay, so there you go. That's my set, I guess you can say. So if you like it, I really do. I think there's a lot of neat stuff. And for the EBO effect alone, if you ever thought about getting one, might as well get one of these that actually work very, very well and do so much other stuff. And again, you can play it as you just heard, clean, distorted, whatever you want. And it's just one of those weird little pedals that never caught on, again, because Fender did a really, really shitty job with their little demo here on YouTube and on their site. So, which was, of course, hosted here on YouTube, so it's still there. So again, if you just look up Fender Runaway or Fender Feedbacker, it'll be there in this nice, cool Chappers BC Rich Green color. I think that's about the color of his BC Rich right there that he bought for 75 bucks. So I love the color. It reminds me of the band Poison. You know, CC DeVille would have something like this. But I think it's a very cool pedal, and again, for everybody in your bedroom that wants that massive feedback, you know, it's like, it's what it was made for, but I will find actual useful applications live, again, since I do not use amplifiers on 90% of the things I do. So I give it 10 thumbs up for a toy. This is plastic, the top part. It's heavy duty plastic, but the chassis is hardcore steel, very sturdy. So I don't know what the rate, I haven't read anything. I've read a lot on these before I actually purchased it, which I got it for, I thought, pretty cheap. I think it was like around 60 bucks. Again, street price was 150 in 2012, and then they went away right away. But again, Fender just don't make too many pedals, and this one is a keeper as far as I'm concerned. It's definitely one to have in your collection, because you know that when it's time for you to retire or whatever, these will go through the roof, probably like the I used to, well, I still do, but the original Ibanez Tube Screamers, I used to tell our other guitar player he was fired if he ever turned that on again, because it sounded so horrible. You know, and now he can get $1,000 any day for it. He's one of those guys that keeps everything immaculate. So yeah, this will be one of those weird ones that you'll get tons of money out of. So grab one while you can, if you see one. Put it on your eBay, you know, watch list. So once again, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com, Dr. Groovy, Dr. Funkenstein. No, I'm not George Clinton. No relation to Bill or Hillary. So you guys be groovy, and I'm going to go watch David Letterman, I guess. There shouldn't be reruns this week. So how long did I make this sucker? 32 minutes. Okay. Hey, that's a Scott Grove video for sure. Okay, so you guys be whatever the hell you want to be. Just do it well. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.